What is good, guys? Your boy Gamers Gun here today with another review on Battleground 2017. Let's start off with this, man. You can see in the background, there's a certain guy. He made his return tonight. We're going to talk about it a little bit later. Just wanted to address the elephant in the room here. But Battleground wasn't really a great pay-per-view. Matter of fact, it's probably one of the worst pay-per-views in the past 2 or 3 years. Definitely the worst pay-per-view 2017. Pre-show match. We had Aiden English. He beat Ty Dillinger again. So, what does that say for Ty Dillinger? Somebody obviously doesn't like Ty Dillinger. I don't know who doesn't like Ty Dillinger in the back. Kevin Dunn, maybe. I don't know. But obviously somebody isn't very high on Ty Dillinger. I said I like Aiden English. But really, Ty Dillinger needs to get something going, man. He really does. Ty Dillinger, he's kind of floating at mid-card limbo. Like he should be. He should be at mid-card limbo. But right now he's floating on the dark card, or on the dark match. So it's not really doing any good for Ty Dillinger. Next up on the opening match of the show, just kind of set the tune for the whole show. Something kind of unpredictable. I didn't see this coming. I really thought the Usos were gonna cheat to win and get the big announcement at SummerSlam for the New Day, for the new champs, if you will. I think they put the titles on the New Day way too early. I like the New Day, but I don't think it was the right time. I think they should have held off till SummerSlam, got the big payoff. I mean, they are that kind of big team, if you will. I mean, they are the first ever double champions on both Raw and SmackDown tag team divisions. So the New Day, I think, won way too early. It was a good match. It was probably the best match of the night. A lot of the other matches I didn't really care about too much. We had Nakamura and Baron Corbin next. We got to see a decent match. I mean, it wasn't good at all. Like, it wasn't great. It was decent. I mean, it was a brawl, basically, between the two, leading to the conclusion where Nakamura was setting up for a powerbomb-ish move, and we had Baron Corbin go low and hit Nakamura where he doesn't want to be hit when he kicked him in the lower half area. Therefore, Nakamura won by disqualification. Saw it coming from a mile away. I said they're not going to put Nakamura on a lose. They're not going to let Nakamura lose. They're not that stupid. Well, they might be. But if they do, Nakamura doesn't deserve the loss. You know Nakamura's not going to lose. You know Corbin's not going to lose. So what do? You book the heel to beat the babyface. Well, or get disqualified against the babyface. And yeah, didn't really care. It didn't have a build for it to care. So next we had the 5-way elimination match. Match started off. We saw a long period of time with, I don't remember who it was, but it was Lana and Tamina teaming up on like either Charlotte or Becky or something, and they were in. And all they literally did was throw the other two out for, like, literally, they just threw them outside the ring, and they just sat outside the ring for, like, a good 2-3 minutes. And I was just like, why aren't they coming back in the ring? And then Tom Phillips on commentary was doing terrible tonight. He's sitting over here, oh, she almost won after the very first pin. I'm just like, what are you guys talking about? We had moments where Lana didn't let Charlotte tap out. She ended up trying to steal the glory, is what they said. Who cares? I would just weasel my way out by doing that. Ooh, it's the most illogical thing possible. But it started off, Tamina went to save Lana off of Becky had a disarmor on Lana. Lana was about to tap, and then Tamina tried to save her, but Becky caught Tamina. Tamina tapped out. Then Lana got tapped out, and then Natty came up, hooked the tights of Becky. She got taken out, and then it was Natty and Charlotte. Charlotte had this move where she went to the top. She tried doing a moonsault. Natty got the knees up, and it connected. Charlotte. So Charlotte tries to get up. Natty goes up for like kind of like she was gonna roll her up, so the ref didn't know. But Charlotte's head hit the turnbuckle, and she just got an easy win off of that. An easy win. I mean, she didn't even do anything besides that, and that really got on my nerves. I mean, it was not that good at all. Next we had a shocker for me. We had Kevin Owens regain the title. Like I said, I'd rather this happen than Nakamura and AJ. Time's not right for Nakamura and AJ. I'd rather have the rematch. I'd rather see Owens and AJ at SummerSlam. But Owens here, he tossed AJ into the ref because AJ was going to go for a Styles Clash, but Owens, nope, picks him up, throws him into the ref, hits the ref, and then they trade submission moves. And once the ref comes to, AJ Styles has a calf crusher on Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens rolls him on his back, and the ref takes forever for the count. 1, 2, 3. It wasn't like AJ's shoulders weren't off the bat or off the mat. I mean, AJ just cleanly lost, and he's over here complaining, and he was like, "But I should have won." It was terrible, really. I don't know. Everybody had KO win in a cheating fashion, but he won that fair. He really did. He won that fair and square. Next, we had the flag match. We had Rusev versus Cena. The match, not really good at all. We had them trade moves back and forth in the ring. Rusev grabbed his flag, turned around, ate some moves from Cena. Cena went and grabbed his flag, started walking up the ramp. Rusev attacks him, and then they battle all the way up the ramp. And then Rusev starts getting tables, setting it on the American pedestal side. You knew a spot was coming, nothing happened. So they just left those over there. They start brawling back down to get Rusev's flag. Rusev has his flag now. He's about to put it in the pedestal. Cena stops him from putting it in his pedestal by holding the flag, shoving it back up at him. And then eventually he grabs him, takes him over to the other side, and hits an attitude adjustment on to the tables. You could see it coming from a mile away, man. With this pay-per-view, you could see a lot of this stuff coming from a mile away. In my rumor mill, two of the ideas that I predicted, like, those were my predictions on the Thursday episode with Khali and Natty. They happened. Yeah. Like, two of the big predictions that a lot of people weren't going with, they happened. I didn't hear a lot of people talking about Khali. I was talking about him before today. I didn't hear much people talk about Natty. I was talking about Natty before today. I said she should win. I didn't think they would actually give it to her, but you know what? They didn't book it the right way, but as long as they do what I want them to do with it, man. As long as they do. Then we had the Fashion Files. Fashion Files, we did not get the reveal. We had an angle here where the Ascension's like, you know what, we did it, and then we've been the guys all along. Breezango's is just like, no you didn't, you had tickets to that concert we gave you for last week, so it wasn't even you guys. And they were like, oh yeah, we swear it was us. So it was pointless with the Ascension, and then the lights turn off, and Breezango is left laying down. And I heard someone, I just saw that, and they were like, oh, watch it be Fandango. They can't afford to split up another tag team, man. They can't afford to split up another tag team. If they do, they're in real deep trouble. But I even suggested maybe being TM61, but I don't know if that would be the case. Then we had Sami Zayn versus Mike Kanellis. Not a great match. Saw it coming. I mean, I picked Mike Kanellis, but I figured if Sami Zayn was going to win, it'd be a little weird win, but it ended up having a moment where they went to the outside with Kanellis and Maria standing over Sammy and all this, kissing and doing all this extra crap. But then Zayn would get back into the ring with Kanellis and end up picking up the victory, while Maria just sat there staring on. Yeah, she didn't interfere. She didn't stop the ref. I swore she was going to. That was the only, real surprise tonight. Besides the New Day and Owens. Because I don't think either of those titles should have been changed. But, I mean, I want Owens to win it because Owens needs to fight AJ at SummerSlam because we can't have Nakamura and AJ. That's the only thing that I didn't really see coming besides the title changes tonight. And we had the great Khali making his return during the Punjabi prison match between Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton. This match, there were some cool spots with the Singh brothers. You had Randy Orton trying to climb the cage. One of the Singhs, forget which one, slides out the cage because they're small. They can fit through the little squares. He ends up fighting with Orton at the top. Gets thrown off. He goes to a table. Got the other Singh brother, took a bump off the other side where he was trying to climb up, and he shoves him down, falls, takes the bump, and Orton got bloodied up a little bit. He had two different wounds. I was getting kind of worried. I was like, wow, Randy's bleeding that much, jeez. But he had one in his arm, one on his back. They used kendo sticks in this match. You got to see Mahal hit some shots at Orton, but then we got to see Orton take some pretty stiff shots on Mahal. But then we saw Randy Orton scaling the cage, looking down the ramp, thinking, you know what? It's time for me to regain the championship. But Mahal, being a smart man, had a backup plan. Great Khali, he comes on out, he shakes the cage, Orton falls back into the cage, and then Khali holds Orton in a choking position while Jinder Mahal goes out of the cage and claims his victory. I said, please don't spot a Khali sighting. What do we get to see? Great Khali. What else did I say? Once I saw that Mahal was given the championship by Great Khali. I'm saying Mahali because it's Mahal and Khali. But anyways, once I saw that, I was just like, oh my, he's gonna let Khali hold the title, ain't he? And freaking Khali keeps raising the title. I'm just like, oh my lord. So hopefully this was a one-time deal. Hopefully Khali's gone. Don't need to see him. No interest. Khali, get out of my TV. And anyways, that's been your, I guess, Battleground review for 2017. Not a great show. Maybe a 3 out of 10, man. I mean, a lot of booking decisions. Knock. Okay. Could have been a better match, though. New Day was way too early. English over Ty. Why are you burying Ty, man? He hasn't got a win in a while. We got Natty. I suggested it. I wanted it. Even though Becky's my favorite, I wanted Natty to win. But the way she did it, I did not think it was booking her strong at all. KO. I mean, I want him to win simply because I don't want AJ to fight Nakamura at SummerSlam, but who says they still won't do that? Didn't really care too much about that. They were hyping it up as maybe the best match of the night, but it really wasn't. Cena, very predictable. We had moments where even Rusev had an accolade on him up at the ramp, like we said he probably would. Surprised we didn't get the reveal. Little shock, Sami Zayn won without Maria trying to interfere to save Mike Kanellis on the pinfall. She tried to interfere earlier in the match, though. And saw it from a mile away, man. He's been in the last two. He had to be in the third one. Great Khali, man. He had to come back. He had to make his presence felt at Battleground. Anyways, that's been your boy Gamers. You make sure you click that red sub button. Make sure you click that thumbs up. Make sure you leave a comment down below on what you guys thought of Battleground. Tell me your guys' rating of Battleground. I'm giving it a 3 out of 10. It wasn't. I mean, it was... What? Well, it wasn't great, but some of their booking decisions on winners made sense, like Nakamura, Natty, not really KO. I mean, Cena made sense, Zayn made sense, but the way they all did it really didn't make sense to me. So, anyways, that's been your boy Gamers Game. I am out. Peace.